Welcome, Sketchbook Heroes! Welcome to the 11th episode of the Sketchbook Heroes. With a burnt out Ilias and
a burned up Robert.
Yeah!
Yoo-hoo! So today we are tired.
But we're also talking about sketchbooks. How to
Yeah.
use them, why you should use them.
How to use them. And
yeah,
how
that'd
to
be terrible.
open them.
But we'll share some awesome tips on sort of
Yeah,
how to get past that sort of initial fear of, oh my god, it's so beautiful.
It's so new. It's so nice. I don't want to destroy it.
Artists of the world unite. Step out of your comfort zone into the danger zone.
They loved 80s cartoons. Even with beards and tattoos, you know they haven't changed at all. Filling sketchbooks every night, getting better with each line. Sketchbook hero, imagination burning. Sketchbook hero, sketchbook hero, pick up the sketchbook hero. They all seem to have a neat line.
And we're back.
This weekend I did a I don't know what you call it. It's not a guest spot, but it was sort of an event at a bar. The bar was called Grandpa Ginkgo's, or is called Morfar Ginkgo's on the south side in Stockholm. Very, very nice place if you haven't been there.
Yep.
Great food and fantastic drinks, good people, good servants, everything.
Apparently we're sponsored now.
Yeah.
No.
But it's a really cool place. Not a lot of people know about the actual restaurant, so I just thought I would share. But anyway, so I worked there tattooing this weekend. It was really, really fun. A lot of really drunk people, like drooling over me and trying to get tattoos that I couldn't do, and such and such.
Why don't you make a leg on my leg, bro?
Yeah,
It'd be like breaking the fourth wall.
Oh man, this one guy comes in, because obviously I'm not sitting in my studio, so I can't do anything. I don't have a computer with me, I don't have a printer, I can't do like all the fancy stuff. So I had pre-drawn stuff with me that I could just, use.
Yeah.
But this guy comes in and he's obviously extremely intoxicated, and he starts like he's trying to stand still, but he can't, and he's like, so like I've been thinking about getting a tattoo. Like I want to train on my shoulder. Like, can you do that? And I'm like, yeah, I could do that, but not now, because right now I only have these things on the walls, the stuff you can see here. But if you want to do that, we can, do that in the studio and blah, blah, blah. And he's like, okay, yeah, that's cool. But so I was like thinking, like, I'd like a train, on my shoulder. Like, could we do that? I'm like, dude, I just told you this
We've had this conversation 4 times.
Yeah. And he's like, yeah, okay, yeah. No, I'm just gonna go pee, and then I'll be back. We could talk about. And then he went away, and then he came back maybe an hour later, not less intoxicated, I might add, and again.
Bro, I got this great idea.
Yeah, and it was just like that. He's like, yeah, no, I've been giving it a lot of thought, and like. Yeah, I want to get like a train.
He's like, it's like we met before, bro. It's like I know you.
And thankfully, like the person, or the same person that I was tattooing was still in the studio area or wherever I was tattooing. And she just freaked out on this guy. Like, when
she heard.
She was just like, shut the fuck up with your goddamn train. He'll do it in the studio. Don't come in there anymore. Like, and she was the owner of the place, so she could.
Oh, okay.
But it was just so fucking. Oh. Yeah, and that was one out of maybe 100 drunk people.
Yeah. So you tattoo drunk people. I love the idea. I'm gonna start selling my art to drunk people. Like, hey, you want to buy this? Like, well, I'd imagine a train.
Yeah. But yeah, so it was a fun experience. A lot of hard work. I was supposed to work from 9 till 1. I worked from 9 till 4, and had half a drink. That was the time I had.
And Robert never has half a drink, so
No.
it's an accomplishment.
Like, it was so much work to do, but great fun. So probably gonna be more of that in the future, I hope, if they like my stuff. So yeah, if you're not following the tattoo Instagram, Huckleberry Rob, do that, and I will let you guys know if I'm there again. Like, sorry, my brain is lagging.
No worries, man. So is mine.
But yeah, so that was my little small talk, and that's pretty much all the stuff that I've had or done that is extra. Otherwise, just so much work, which is good.
That is very good.
Yeah. And only 2 more weeks of warehouse work.
Oh, yeah. And then you're good? You're free.
Then I am free of the shackles of normal work.
Free man. I don't know. You're a free man.
Free bird.
Free bird. Free man.
I love that song. Free bird.
Cool.
Yeah. So, any small talk a la Ilias?
No. I don't have any small talk. Because I'm going to talk about my stuff on the tools.
Stuff.
On the stool.
On the stools.
On the stools.
Right.
On the tool section. My experiences with the Surface Studio.
That looked amazing.
Oh, man.
I love the whole twisty wheel
Yeah, that
thing.
was cool. And I was a bit worried that it was going to be a gimmick, but we'll cover that later.
Yeah. Okay, are we going to jump into the...
Contest.
Yes.
The
The
so
moment.
before we talk about the contest, though,
Yeah.
I just want to give a big shout to the Americans, or the American App Store. We've gotten some comments, That is awesome.
Some
Thank
good
you.
feedback.
And we've actually gotten some feedback, like don't talk over each other, from that one person that loves us.
Yeah.
And
Thank you.
but then we've also gotten a lot of support, keep doing the podcast. People have been hashtagging us.
Yep.
They've been tagging us. They've been shouting us out, which is always awesome. So extremely grateful, guys, that you are doing it.
Yes.
It's super awesome.
Thank you. Thank you.
And please, although I know that a lot of you are doing it, please vote on us on iTunes. It really is what makes the difference for the podcast.
Yeah.
If we're going to be able to keep doing this in the long run, your votes on iTunes, when you're in listening to the podcast,
Just rate it. Pop.
yeah, just press the middle thing there that says sort of rate if you go into the podcast, and just please give us a vote. It really does help.
Yeah, Arnold compels you.
Yeah. So get to the chopper, press the button, and vote. I am your governor.
You were.
I were your governor.
Yeah.
I was as dead. But thank you. And now to the contest. The information that you've all been waiting for.
Countdown is now over.
So, loser number 1.
Loser number uno.
Faceless Wolf. I'm terribly
Faceless.
sorry.
Yeah, you were that close.
Yeah, we picked out 3 random people. Faceless Wolf, you were the first. I know you've been following the podcast and being very supportive. So thank you. But unfortunately, you
This
didn't win
time.
this time.
Very sorry.
The second runner-up,
The second loser.
the second loser, is Shut Your Mind.
Shut your mind.
Dude,
That close.
so close. Your
Yeah.
art is awesome. But unfortunately, you also lost.
Yeah.
But yeah, everybody check out Shut Your Mind and Faceless Wolf.
Great stuffs.
Great stuffs. And
The winner is...
the winner of the grand prize, Slam Dam Jam Dam Van Dam, is Austie_M. Everyone just choked.
I became Hispanic.
So again, Austie_M. We will contact you on
Instagram.
Oh, by the way, is this account private? No, it wasn't.
Nope.
Because it was
Nope.
awesome. And
was
for
awesome.
future
Really good.
contests,
Austie M.
Austie_M.
Yeah.
We will contact you, and you will win a purple sketchbook,
Pullapulus.
5 of my favorite pens.
And 5 of my favorite pants.
Yeah, son.
That sounded like I said pants.
Pants. You
You get 5
Five
of my
of my pants.
favorite pants. And Ilias pants. Because he's got the Greek genes.
The Greek. Nice. But to some of you others out there, we actually had a total of
About 200, right?
200 in total sort of participants out of 500 followers ish.
Something.
And the best thing is that a lot of you got disqualified, like because you had private accounts.
Yeah, so we can't see.
We can't really contact you in any way.
No.
So don't have private accounts, please. It's always been a thing on Instagram.
Yeah.
If you have a private account, people can't contact you.
And it's also really difficult for us to see if you're an active
Because
artist-ish person.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know?
If you don't have any photos in your Instagram, your profile is sort of that like bowling pin.
Yeah.
We're probably not gonna send you stuff, but we pick out people at random. We don't care if you're like a developed, established artist or if you're a beginner. We just want to see that you have like a regular update on your posts. You know, like you really want to create art.
So it is it is a kind of a big process choosing a winner.
Yeah, exactly.
But it is still at random. Like,
We still pick you out at random. We don't choose people that we recognize. Usually we just scroll up and down, up and down, up and down. Robert says, stop! And then we just pick that person. Then we go to the next sort of post. Yeah. We do the same. And then we have like a top list out of the 5 posts that we've done over our accounts, or 6.
Yeah.
We choose one from every one.
Yeah.
And then we do a little draw between those people. So
So again,
anyone who saw the live stream saw what we did.
Yeah, you saw it. But we have pretty much gone through everybody, and we are really, really appreciative of all the enthusiasm for this giveaway.
Oh yeah, like super happy that you guys like comment, like you tag each other, you talk to each other.
And for all the new followers, thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you for joining. We'll have more contests in the future. We'll try to do like a grand slam at some point where we just get some bigger prizes if we can get hold of them.
I mean, if you imagine this was for episode 10, imagine what episode 100 is going to be.
Yeah, 100 we need to sort of go big.
Yeah, we're going to give you the office of king.
Exactly.
I'm not, I am joking.
But the thing is, I think what is nice is that like currently we're not sponsored by anyone. This is like everything we're recommending, everything will always be from us. We will never sort of recommend shit that we can't stand for. Like, and
we're not sellouts.
And we will definitely tell you if we are in sort of cahoots with a company.
Yeah.
Like, Pilot, blah, 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 or a Wacom or something. We will definitely sort of point that out.
Yeah.
So we're honest. Like, we're still just going to talk about things we like. I'm never going to recommend you like, teeth whitening, you know, like that's never going to be a thing. We're not going to do anything that sort of body shames someone or, you know, like gives someone an insecurity.
So yes, that was that.
Well, that was that. And now we dive into Sketchbook. And we're back. We're going to talk sketchbooks. Yeah, why should you have one?
Why not?
A sketchbook is, like I said, like it's like a playground for your mind. There is no right or wrong. There's no good or bad. You just do whatever.
It's a book for your sketches, all right? It's not an art book. It's not a, whatever.
No, but it's a safe zone, you know.
Yeah, I know.
You shouldn't sort of aim to do drawings in it, you know, like actual finished pieces. This is not the point. Like, you can have one of those sketchbooks.
Yeah.
Where you sort of like, you have an idea and you sort of want to do it there.
Yeah.
But mainly you should have a sketchbook that is open for all, you know, like everything. I can do practice in it. I can do sketches. I can do doodles, you know, like you could talk on the phone and just do fucking circles for all I care on a page, you know. Like you can use it however you want. Like don't limit yourself to what you can do in a sketchbook. Like, I'm just gonna do this type of no. Because that'll sort of lock you up because you won't always be able to do that.
Yeah. And that's exactly what I mean. Because then it's not a sketchbook anymore, in a sense. Or
it's some sort of like live art book.
Yeah. Because then it becomes your anatomy study book or your portrait book or your whatever, you know, fancy art type book.
Yeah, or it becomes you sort of like your what do you call it, comfort zone stuff again.
Yeah, yeah.
And then you'll have a book that looks like every page is the same.
Yeah.
And how do you sort of get past that first initial? You know, you go to the store, you buy that nice sketchbook.
It smells so good.
It smells good. Yeah, exactly. You open it up.
You
it
hear
has
the crack.
And I bought so many.
Yeah.
Like, you know, I started like pretty late, like late in life, sort of appreciating sketchbooks.
Yeah, we both did.
Because I bought them and I would sort of like, I would do one drawing. Turned out pretty okay. But then I would lock up, you know, like entirely lock up. Like I couldn't do anything else.
No.
Because I expected the second piece to sort of come as freely as the first one did.
Yeah.
And it did not. Like never. And I got the advice that, we'll just like take a page and just like you know,
scribble
like,
on it.
Scribble on it. Yeah, just like drag, like ruin it with a pen. I don't know. I didn't like that. I tried it once and then I just felt that I sort of like wasted a page instead.
Yeah.
So what I do is you just go in. Just draw anything.
Yeah.
And I have a tendency of, when I have a sketchbook, like I try not move on until I've sort of filled out a page. And if I haven't filled out a page, and I'll come back to why I do this. Okay, so let's say I have an actual idea for once. Like I've done the scribbles on this left hand page, okay? But then I'm like, oh shit, I have an actual idea now. And then I want to try it out on the right hand page. I'll do that. And then like, oh shit, how would that look? Then I'll go back to the left hand page and use the empty space that I've left to sort of scribble that. And
just keep jumping back and forth.
And keep jumping back and forth. Like even if I've like gone a couple of pages ahead now, let's say I filled that right hand page. I've even turned the page, you know, drawn on that side.
Yeah.
And then I have again like a moment of like, oh shit, I need to try this. I'll go back to that empty page because I don't want to leave empty space. And what happens is that the stuff on the first page that looked really bad now is a collage of like tons of stuff. And even though they're like on their own, they all suck dick. Together, they are sort of a composition. Yeah. Like it's a nonsensical composition, but it's still sort of a composition of something.
It's a journey.
It is a journey, and people, like, it's like an Instagram flow. People don't really stop to sort of look at that one thing. They see the whole. Yeah. And it's easier to sort of like, you know, that page gets away with it. But if you would sort of take one of them away, you know, and put them on a blank page, people would be like, you're not very good, son.
They'd burn you.
Yeah, exactly. Burn, witch. What? Yeah. But that's how I approach my sketchbook. Like, I try to sort of revisit the pages that have ugly doodles in them because I don't feel the pressure of having them anymore. No. But I just go over it because I really like that sort of like that tight page. And if I can't sort of fill it out more, sometimes I just want to sort of like try some inking styles. Like, oh, I want to ink like this person. Or how did that person sort of do that inking effect that he did? Yeah. And I'll try it on previous sketches. Like, I'm not afraid to ruin them, you know?
No. I'm not exactly the same, but I do similar stuff. Yeah. So if I'm composing a poster and drawing it, then I always do the thumbnails on the left hand. Yeah. And after I like sketch out the thing, I'm like, okay, well, this got moved. Then I do another thumbnail and test the next piece and just start building. Yeah, just the way you did. But I don't ever go back to that one. I leave it that way. Just so you can see both.
Oh yeah, but I wouldn't touch that either. If it was part of a composition that I was actually trying to do, I would leave that as well, so you could sort of go back and
so, I mean, sometimes I do maybe 7 compositions, and sometimes I only do one and it works. But I like seeing and just having that little sort of doodle there. And I was exactly the same as Ilias. I really started out like being careful and wanting to do this and this in the books. But it always just turned to shit.
Yeah,
I could
like you could do one good one,
Yeah,
and then you'd
and
sort of
then-
pressure yourself.
exactly. It just never turned out good. So now I'm not like that. But one thing that I sort of discovered pretty late, a couple of years ago, when I was starting experimenting with like portraits and stuff. To save space, I used old sketches as texture for portraits. So
Yeah, I remember that.
So the one that pops into my head is I wanted to do like a cool teddy bear thing, and it turned out not so good. So obviously I left that and I kept drawing, and then I went back and I drew a face on top of the teddy bear, and then I finished the whole face, and it looks really cool. And I've taken photos along like the whole process of creating it. So that's on my Behance if you wanted to check that out. And I think I have a video on my Instagram too. Yeah, I should have that video still. But anyway, so that's also a really cool thing. Plus, it takes away the pressure of making a super awesome, very nice portrait because it's already fucked up.
Yeah.
It's just fun to see what you can do with what you have and just work with it. Because I think a lot of people are really scared to do... Like when they draw up a portrait, they do like really nice outline stuff. You know, they don't sketch the whole thing like we do.
Yeah.
They don't realize that all of those small little sketch lines build the whole face. So I think that's a good tip, or it worked for me. It let me relax a lot more, and I keep thinking like that today. So sorry. So yeah. That's one of my tips.
Another one that I like to use is the sort of silhouette approach. Works really well on like pretty much any type of paper, no matter the sketchbook, as long as it can sort of handle markers. And for that, me and Robert usually recommend the purpose one that was in this giveaway. What was the
Leuchtturm?
The Leuchtturm, yeah, and the one that we had on the previous giveaway. The Sketchbook.
Oh, the Sketchbook.
Those three are like I guess the Sketchbook is the flimsiest paper of them, but they all sort of work with markers pretty well. And what I usually do is I grab a couple of markers in the sort of lower range of the scale, and I usually just block out, like I can either decide something, like I want to do like a person in armor, or like a spacesuit, or like a dress. It doesn't matter. I just make silhouettes.
But you have an idea of what?
I haven't. Sometimes
like
I have.
theme.
When I don't have a theme, I just sort of block stuff out, and then I just make it up as I go. But if I have a certain idea, I'll just block them in. I'll make them pretty much like as big as my palm, and then I'll just take a liner, and depending on how dark I want the liner, I don't want it to be exactly black. I'll take like a dark gray liner. But yeah, and then I start sort of like out of the silhouettes and shapes that I've made. And if you leave streaks, which is not as easy if the color is wet, but you can sort of make it happen. Just like break the direction you're drawing it. And then you start sort of like just making up the details of the silhouettes. And you have, like you get so much out of it.
Yeah.
So it's super nice. And you don't get focused on like eye sockets and shit like that don't matter at this stage.
Yeah.
You just like build up this interesting character out of the silhouettes that you've made.
Yeah.
And usually I just do a couple of them before I start doing the details. So I have like 5 silhouettes.
Yeah.
And then you just go in and sort of like touch up the details. And if I feel that I'm getting stuck, I'll take the marker again, the broad tip, and then just, sort of keep blocking in some stuff. Just
Nice.
if I feel that there's something missing.
Yeah.
And I think that approach is like super nice if you just want to be loose.
Yeah, I do that digitally. I don't do that.
I do
in
that
my sketchbook.
digitally as well. It's super
but
nice.
it's so nice. Yeah.
Yeah, it's super...
especially for going nuts with like creatures and stuff.
Oh yeah, it works perfect on creatures and stuff like that.
That's exactly how I did.
Because my mind sort of blocks me if I don't.
Yeah. You have to just go nuts. But I did. I have no idea if they're gonna use any of them, but I did like a whole bunch of concepts for the Ninjago movie that's coming out.
Ninjago.
And that's exactly how I built up all of those creatures. Like, really cool. So you had a theme and you just, went nuts. And, like, I think maybe I did 50 different creatures.
Oh, nice.
And then maybe defined 3 of them,
Mm-hmm.
But the silhouettes were really cool. Like, I have them in my head now. They just look...
I even got one
Very cool.
myself, actually. Like some sort of like sushi running, like 2-legged fish type of samurai guy. I don't know why.
Nice.
But
But yeah, that's a great tip. Like, actually, I want to do that now with the Copics. Go in and do.
Yeah, just do like because the thing is with that, like usually when you do line work and stuff like that, you sort of think of the shapes and how they are. Like when you do the sort of like the silhouette approach, you just fucking block that big blocks of stuff.
It's
You
like
sort of
working
see the
backwards,
shape.
sort of, but,
exactly.
but not really.
You work with the volumes instead of the sort of the contours of the thing.
So this, like seriously, for you guys listening, this is an amazing tip. Really give it a try. It's super fun.
It is fun.
And it's so fast. Like you really, especially while blocking up the silhouettes.
And if you're a person like me, I am terrible with creatures of all kinds.
Same here.
But when I do that, like I can just put, like the face. I don't have to sort of focus on the shapes. But once I have the sort of silhouette, I can sort of like make a face out of that, sort of. Like I'll just sort of imagine it. It gives you a little more to go on than sort of just doing like line work straight out into the air.
Yeah.
So it's a super fun trick. Yeah.
Great tip. And then if you really like it, then you can you take that as a thumbnail sketch, and then you can redraw it in your nice sketchbook.
Yeah, exactly.
For the finished thing.
Exactly. And that is another thing that I sort of want to touch upon. Because people are asking me like, oh, but when you're art blocked, don't you... Like, yeah, this is what I do. Like, I just do this... Like, I never post these. They're not that nice to look at.
No.
But they are sort of... They have value doing them.
Yeah.
And I would say you should have a couple of different sketchbooks if you need it. Because I have a sketchbook, like I'm talking, it's so rough.
Yeah, let's dive into the different sketchbooks we have.
Because I have one where I sort of want to make it sort of like an art book, but I don't have the pressure of sort of just working in that one. The reason I have that one is it's not really a sketchbook. Like I don't use it as a sketchbook. I just want to do like completed drawings for the joy of sort of looking through it.
Yeah.
But I don't feel confident enough to do it quickly enough right now.
Yeah.
And then I have the one that I always carry with me, the purpose one. I don't give a shit. People are like, your sketchbook is so nice. But if you look through it, there's tons of pages that are just scribbles. It's like headless bodies. It's floating heads. It's half finished sort of stuff.
But all that stuff still looks really good in your book.
but people appreciate it. But, like for me personally, I'm like, meh.
Yeah, I know.
Like,
but it is good. It's really good. Like, I've seen it. It's so good.
Thank you. But yeah. So what kind of sketchbooks do you have? I have these like really small ones that I buy at... what do you call this place? Granit? Granit, they sell these like 3 packs of really flimsy paper sketchbooks.
Like more notebooks or...
No, they're actual like blank pages, just really thin. They cost like, when they're on sale, they cost like 50 crowns for 3, and when not, they're like closer to 100 crowns for 3.
Cool.
But they're like really flimsy small ones. You could probably get cheaper ones as well.
Yeah.
But I think they're very sort of like, I bought, when they were really cheap, I think they were like 75% off. I bought like 3 packs of 3.
So 9.
So 9 for $100 or $10.
Nice.
And, I just use them. Like I grab one of those. I give one to my kids. Like it doesn't matter. And we all draw in them, like we just scribble. Like I just want to do ink doodles.
Yeah.
And I know how garbage I am at ink doodles. Yeah. But I still sort of use them for that.
Yeah, but it's still, if anything you can do, anything is, more than nothing. So
no, definitely, I agree.
It counts. But the books that I have, working backwards, obviously the purpose one, I've gone over to using more of the arcs of paper purpose ones.
The ones that they sent us,
Yeah.
that sort of
Well, I bought them as well, but
Yeah,
you
yeah,
have
yeah.
the A4 and A3 ones that are. It's like a book with different types of paper in it. You
Yeah, I
have
think it
like
has,
black
like, 4,
paper.
right?
You got some really tanned. You got some lighter tanned.
But then you have the ones that
And the
are
white.
in the sketchbook.
Yes, yeah.
That's the
So you have
one.
what is it? Maybe 6 or 7 different types of paper or something.
Mhm.
So those are the ones that I primarily use when I do my posters or commissions. But then obviously I have the normal purpose sketchbook that Ilias mentioned, which is the best ever.
Yeah, still
Like
love that.
we can't talk enough about this book. That's why we had it on the giveaway. And after that one is the Leuchtturm that I've started carrying that one with
you
me
know
more.
What? I actually have a plan.
You have a plan?
Yeah, for the contest winners, for
The runners up?
Yeah, I have 2 Leuchtturm sketchbooks, A6 in pink. So we'll send Shut Your Mind and Faceless Wolf 1 each.
Man, are we really that kind?
We are that kind.
We are that kind.
So Shut Your Mind and Faceless Wolf,
Congratulations.
congratulations. You'll both get one little
Leuchtturm.
Leuchtturm A6 awesome sketchbook
Yes.
that we love.
We love it. Like, yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah,
Like,
I got
it's so
them
good.
Last time we were buying stuff. But sorry for...
No, it's fine. It's fine. But yeah, so I started carrying that one with me more now. It's because I've started doodling the children's book concepts in it, and that one is actually it's just small thumbnails of each page. Like I said last time, I'm working sort of backwards. I'm not writing a script. I'm drawing it as I think up the story. So I'm drawing the page and then I write down the text
you do the
after.
storyboard, sort of.
Yeah, it's sort of a storyboard.
Without the text, though.
So it's really, it's still weird, because now I'm stuck. Yeah, he's the main person has come to a weird place, and I have no idea how to get him out of this sort of weird place. So maybe send in a rainbow unicorn and just save the day. Yeah. So yeah, the Leuchtturm, and then the last one I have is a little awesome moleskin that I got from my girlfriend with the the old school Joker from the Batman show,
Yeah.
the first, like the really cheesy Batman show.
Oh shit, that one, the creepy one.
The really creepy
creepy one.
I don't remember what his name is, but
I don't
some
remember.
some Mexican guy, I think, or he looks Mexican. But so it's a really cool moleskin, but it's my doodle. Like, what is it?
But does it have the thin paper or the...
Yeah, it's got the thin paper. What's it called? Like, what size is it? Is it A6?
The A6?
Yeah, it's A6.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, those are the ones that I carry with me all the time. And yeah, I mean, the A6 one is just, when I'm sitting on a train, I get an idea and I need to get it down. Boom.
Yeah.
When I can't be fucked taking out the
bigger-
Leuchtturm or whatever. When I sketch on the train, I either use the purpose or the Leuchtturm. And when I'm sitting at home sketching, I always use the purpose. Like, I don't think I ever draw on anything else but the purpose when I'm at home.
There is something good about it.
Yeah.
Like, initial sketching doesn't really show because of the tan paper,
Yeah.
especially in low light.
Mm-hmm.
But that's also the good thing about it, is that you can do, like, a lot of the sketching that you do will sort of rub itself out, with your hand, like, sort of going over it.
Yep.
And you'll get sort of like the main detail. I know we've mentioned this before, but sometimes you take a light marker, like, let's say warm gray 1, cool gray 1, or something, depending on what matches your sort of what tool you've been sketching with. And like, if it's pencil or like color pencil, you can sort of fixate it on the page with that marker.
Yeah.
Like, the alcohol will make that sketch, even if it's loose, stick to the page.
Yeah, it's just
and
going to bleed into the page.
Yeah, and then it'll fix the pencil there. And then you'll have this, like, really light sketch that isn't really bothering whatever the hell you're going to do on top of it.
Yeah.
Like, if you're doing it like Robert, like entirely in grayscale, you'll have that. You can also have like a light pink one if you don't want that gray tone to sort of shine through your images.
Yep.
And it's an awesome way of sort of getting this really light sketch without, you know, having like really rough pencils or something.
Yeah.
Super nice.
Yeah, it's a great tip. And if you can get that type of paper, just get it. Like, yeah, it's gonna change your world. But yeah, what else? What else is there
About sketchbooks?
about sketchbooks? I'm drawing a blank. My brain wants.
Oh, no, but I would
caffeine.
say, like, buy a sketchbook that sort of correlates with the way that you paint or draw or whatever. And don't try to be nice about it. Don't like, oh, I need my sketchbook to be... No. Sketchbooks should be, like, roughed up. You should put stickers on them.
Oh, yeah.
You should treat them like shit.
Yes.
Because they get personality out of it.
Mm-hmm.
There's this guy on Instagram. I never remember his name. But he does, you know, like... He has that flimsy sort of piece of shit paper, and he paints like watercolors on them. So he does these like awesome characters, and he has this sort of like similar color palette every time. Sort of like you see his sort of signature, sort of. I don't remember what his name was though, but he does it, and all the pages are sort of like all messed up.
Yeah.
But it looks so goddamn awesome, you know. That way of like sort of treating it like garbage, but it's gorgeous.
Yeah.
There is, oh man.
There's so much soul in that.
But there is,
book.
and he sort of like tests the color on the, you know, like he's really messy. Like my daughter sort of like, is this pen good? She just paints on top of the coloring book, you know, and sort of messes up everything around the actual sort of inks. So it is super, super weird, but it's super good. You shouldn't be too afraid. Like you shouldn't break your sketchbook entirely. Like, but I have like, for example, I have like masking tape on mine to keep it together because I've had it in my bag, and until I sort of came to my senses, it started falling apart. And you know the purpose, if you treat them bad, they will
disintegrate.
Yeah. So I took a lot of masking tape on the back, so now it's holding up. Just the masking tape is fucking brilliant. It's holding up really good.
Nice.
And also then I just put a lot of stickers on it for my friend Magnus Snickars, that is way behind on the podcast, asshole.
Yeah.
Scatty scat.
Pick it up, man.
Yeah, so, yeah, don't be afraid to sort of mess up a page. Because something people ask me when they look through my sketchbook is like, oh, but aren't you afraid that you ruin some of your sketches? Because I have a couple of pages like where I used not pan pastels. I've used oil pastels, the crayons sort of stuff.
Sticky,
yes,
smudgy
exactly.
things.
And I drew this portrait that looked really nice, like a year ago.
Until you closed the book.
Until I closed the book, and it's been with me to Portugal, Barcelona. You know, like I've been around, and that book has also been around.
Nice.
And now, when you open that girl's face, her long red hair has sort of smeared all over her face, so she looks like she's bleeding, like she's been
like
through battle.
The Dorian Gray portrait.
No, but she doesn't look like that. She doesn't look, but she looks like she's been through fucking hell, you know, like.
Yeah.
And I have another one as well, like this little girl. Some of you might recognize it. It's a girl hugging an octopus.
Oh yeah, I love that.
That one, she's like hugging Octo Love or whatever the fuck I called it. But on the left side, though, I
call
painted.
it hentai.
Whatever. Yes, that is also very valid. No, but on the left-hand side of that sketchbook page, there is some sketches done in blue color pencil, and those fuckers smear so much when the book is closed on to this octopus girl. So she sort of has this like blue sort of, you know, like what do you call it? Like sort of spray thing all over. Yeah, I don't even know what to call it. Like it's sort of like nozzle spray, you know, like, but messy all over the whole picture.
Nice.
And people are like, but it's not looking very nice. But people are like, oh, but aren't you weird that it's my sketchbook. It's fine. Like,
no,
I don't really care. Like, I've done it. It's more of like doing something and then moving on.
Yeah.
Like, I don't sit there and like, oh, it's ruined.
No,
blah, blah,
my
blah,
life
blah.
sucks.
Because it's my sketchbook. I'm supposed to fucking... Like, I visit sketches that I sort of like. and I ruin them. I'm like, I should try ink this, and then I do it, and I'm like, ooh, should not have tried to ink this, and then I move on.
Yep.
Because if I keep doing that, if I never sort of, I don't want to be afraid of ruining them, because once you start doing that, you'll be afraid to ruin more and more.
Exactly.
It's like a spiral.
It's like crashing in a backflip and not trying it again.
Ooh, yes, you have to sort of do that, like immediately.
Yeah, and that's why I can't do wall flips anymore. It's gone.
Oh shit, yeah,
Yeah, they're gone.
Yeah, I remember.
Fuck you, wall flip. So there
But
we go.
yeah.
we got the fuck you done. At least
think we
one
got-
in every episode.
Didn't we get a couple of fuck yous in the beginning?
Did we?
I don't know. I don't remember the beginning actually. It's just blank.
Yeah.
We did some stuff.
Fuck you, sleep.
What do you got on Sketchbooks?
What do I have on Sketchbooks? Yeah, I mean, obviously you should tailor your sketchbook after the style you are working with. For
You mean
me,
medium?
yeah, medium. I mean, sorry. Yes. So, if you are using oil pastels, as Ilias said, then maybe find a paper that works well with them.
Like the Purpose sketch.
Yeah.
No, but it's actually pretty okay for
Yeah, but that's the thing. Like the Purpose sketchbook works with pretty much everything,
right? Except maybe like it works with water as well.
Yeah.
But
I've
it
done
will
watercolors.
crumble, yeah.
I've done acrylics. I've done. I haven't tried the pan pastels
Actually,
or the oil.
I think
stuffs.
the Purpose sketchbook would work better with not water like colors in that sense, but in the tube where they come sort of as a, not the bricks.
Yeah,
but
the paste.
Yeah, the paste. Yeah, I think that would be a better sort of like it'd be nicer to the paper.
Yeah,
And
probably.
you'd get some sort of more thicker application, sort of like oil paint, but
Yeah, more acrylic like.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
I think that
actually,
could work as well.
I think I have some of those somewhere.
Oh, I have those. I love those. I love those more than I love the actual water sort of.
Yeah, I'm just so used to the water one. But yeah, so I mean that was a duh. Obviously, you do that already, I guess. But it's also don't be afraid to try new sketchbooks and really, like Ilias said, just destroy them. It gives them character. And, so what if you sort of use watercolors on a sketchbook that can't take it and it just really disintegrates? You've tried it.
Mm-hmm.
It's not the end of the world. You learned something new.
Yep.
Yeah.
I actually ruined that moleskin. Remember that girl that was naked on sort of like a lot of junk sitting on a little couch?
Oh, yeah.
In blue pencil. On the next page, I did the skull with the rats.
Oh, yeah.
And when I started actually painting the rats, I realized, with the light sort of markers, that worked fine.
Yeah.
Once I went, warm gray 3 and up, they started whiteboarding, they sort of erased each other out.
Oh, no.
And the rats were totally destroyed.
Yeah.
The fur, I couldn't find a good way of doing it. And anything sort of smooth surface, no.
No.
But I still sort of made it work. It's not good, it's not perfect, but you learn something. And
It's
I think
part of the
that's-
process.
Exactly. So
in my head directly now, I'm like, that'd be cool. You do that, and then you go over with graphite or.
I did that. I
something.
took what the hell color pencils and sort of started building on top of that.
Yeah.
It got
Did
a
it
little
work?
better. Yeah, it got a little better. And I think if I would go with the pan pastels now, that shit would totally solve it for me. I think
Nice.
now that I have that option.
Cool.
So it's not really. I might revisit that actually because I'm getting some ideas.
How much does the initial sketch shine through the pan pastels?
It depends on how much you apply.
Well, am I saying it right? The pan pastel.
Pan pastels. Yeah, the colors.
The smeary thing.
Yeah, but it's the pan pastels.
Okay.
The pan pastels that I bought that I still love that I haven't used though. I haven't used anything actually. But yeah, it all depends. If you take
You can go really thin, or
oh, you can, but you sort of they sort of what do you call it? They sort of pick up a lot of color fast, so you have to sort of just couple of light taps,
dab
because if you don't dab it, it'll sort of pick up a lot of color. Even when you dab it, you get tons.
Oh, okay.
So usually, sometimes I just sort of tap it on a piece of paper before and then.
Smart.
But it is so smooth, and if you fail the first one, you just keep doing it.
Nice. Yeah, I still haven't gotten around to ordering them. So
Yeah.
sorry, pen store. That's what happens when you don't do stuff for me.
Yeah, when you don't listen to the pod,
Yeah.
then we take you to the cooler.
The cooler.
Wow, you suck.
Yeah, I can't do Arnold. Get to the chopper. Get to the chopper.
Get to the chop. No, I'm not
Get
just...
to the chopper.
Get to the chopper. Why? I'm Detective John Kimber. This is probably... Hey, both of them probably... we both probably sound like assholes.
Yeah, we
Like,
do. Always.
Other things about Sketchbook sales now.
Yeah, do we really have anything more on Sketchbooks?
On Sketchbooks? Don't be afraid to try them. Don't be afraid to ruin them. Try everything. Mix all your art mediums
Yeah.
on them.
And, I mean, just because it's a sketchbook doesn't mean you can't use it as a diary or whatever.
Write
stuff.
actually write in it.
Yeah, because it
I
looks
am
cool.
terribly bad at it, but I've started doing it. Just write a little note. Write an idea down.
Yeah.
It's so good. It's super fun to go back later and not remember it at all.
I have, I kept the one from Australia. I haven't kept on doodling it, but that
Yeah.
one is amazing. Like, the sketches suck. They're really bad. Like, I had biggest drought in art block history when I went to Australia. Not that I was dry, because I was really drunk pretty much half a year. But I kept it as a diary and I wrote in it, and it's like destroyed with salt water because I sort of
Yeah,
dropped
the
it
pages,
in the,
yeah,
you know,
yeah.
I was sitting on the beach writing stuff, and I was really depressed at one point and really happy at another. Like, it's so much fun following this whole journey. And like the last pages are sort of wiped out because of the salt water, so the ink is sort of really disintegrated. But it's amazing, just, you know, keeping it. It's like this little relic that I have, and it was one of the. It was actually, I think, Samantha gave it to me
Oh, just before you left?
before I
or-
left,
Yeah.
as a, you know, right in it.
Samantha, I went to Easter for a year. I didn't get a fucking sketchbook.
You went to Easter.
Yeah, I guess. You don't get anything for going to Skåne.
You didn't have a going away party when you went to Easter.
Ah, my mistake.
Yeah.
I take it back, Sam. I love
Yeah.
you.
Yep. Yes, love you too, Sam. It's been too long now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But yeah, so yeah, keep them. Like, I think it'd be cool doing 1 year, you know, having one sketchbook 1 year and just seeing.
I think it
As an
depends. Some
experiment
people
type of
are
thing.
really fast. But do you mean like sort of a diary sketchbook
Yeah.
then?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, just keeping a diary, I guess. Maybe I should try that. Yeah, I mean, I remember having diaries when I was a kid, but I just drew in them.
What? Tell me more, girly man.
They were cool. They had locks on them.
Oh, yeah, I remember those locks. The locks that you could lockpick with your hand.
Not even that. You
Yeah,
just
like,
look at them
yeah,
and they
yeah,
open.
they open up, yeah.
Yeah.
All my secrets are safe with you. Naive.
But it was
Okay.
cool. It had skulls on it. It was a boy diary.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure it was.
Gentrification.
What?
That's what it is.
Regarding sketchbooks, though, if you guys could hashtag, like, I'd love to see your sketchbooks. So please hashtag sketchbook heroes or tag us on a page with your sketchbook.
Yes.
And some of your favorite tools, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
That would be super cool, actually.
Let us know if it's amazing, if it sucks.
Mm-hmm.
Because
then-
we haven't tried all sketchbooks in the world. So if you have a sketchbook that we haven't mentioned, let us know.
Exactly.
Like,
it
'cause
would be super fun.
We'd like to. If you recommend it, if you think it's a good sketchbook, then we might try to find it and try it out ourselves.
Try it.
Yes.
I have a couple of unopened ones at home as well. I have one like
Me
aquarelle, sort of watercolor one from Moleskine. No, it's not Moleskine. It's just some fake one.
Yeah.
But it could be good.
I'm trying to think of what I have.
So hashtag sketchbook heroes on your tag and hashtag.
Yes.
Because we love to see your stuff. And
Yes.
tell us what you think of sketchbooks and what are your tips for sort of keeping a sketchbook and not getting stuck in it looking too cool.
Yeah.
Because we have a lot of things that we say about stuff, but it'd be nice if you guys could sort of have a dialogue with us. Because I would so love to sort of pick your brains
Yeah.
So comment on the episode post or any other post or sketchbookheroes.com.
Yep. I just keep saying yes all the time now.
Yes.
Yeah.
Jaman.
Yeah.
Jaman, you play me mango like a bango.
Pow!
Boom.
Yeah.
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 Okay. We're going to let sketchbooks go with
Go.
just be loose. Loosey-goosey.
Loosey-goosey. Yeah. Biggest tip ever.
Yeah. If you're going to take one thing away from that,
Be
just be
loosey.
fucking loose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also
Be
in
like
your
the town
sketching style.
bicycle. You got the reference?
Yeah. Yes, of course. Austin Powers.
Ah, long time
Everyone's had a ride. So good.
ago. Okay, moving on.
But I just wanted to say,
No, moving on!
but this has nothing to do with sketchbooks, but a general tip, because a lot of you guys
Yes,
want,
sir.
a lot of you peeps out there, you know, there, let's kick it. You want to have some help with your drawing stuff. You want feedback and whatever. A good tip is stop sketching so hard. Like, don't press so hard when you draw.
In the initial phase.
Yeah. Like, be loose. Like, that's when Ilias said loosey-goosey, that's when it dawned on me. Like,
Yeah.
because that's one of the comments that I've, like, I don't know how many 100 times I've actually written it. But just relax, sketch more loose, you know?
Loose.
Loose.
Be
Yeah.
loose.
There you go. Last tip.
Loose.
And try it in your sketchbook. See? I tied it in.
See.
Yeah. We're like fucking zombies today, man.
London.
I thought you said nam bread, you know, like the
Yes,
Indian.
Of
Indian
course,
bread.
that's exactly what
Naan bread.
Number.
Delicious.
Okay, we'll pause it there.
Fuzzy.
And we're back. And now we're going to talk something we haven't done in a while. Toolies! And why do we say toolies now? You've ruined it.
I
We
love
used to say
saying it.
tools.
If anybody's name is Thule, I love
We
their
did
name.
have a girl called Tulia.
Really?
Tulin? Oh shit, it was Tulin. Sorry.
Tulin.
I think she follows us on Instagram.
Well, there you go. Tulin, shout out.
Tulin, shout out!
Yeah.
Private account. I don't follow you back. Sorry.
I had a crush on her when I was a kid.
So did I.
Yeah, she was a girl. She had breasts, I remember.
I used to tease her for stuff. I don't remember any of what I sort of teased her for though, but it was just because I was an asshole. Nothing has changed. Moving on.
Toolies!
Toolies! No, but
Yep.
yeah, last week I was at Dustin Expo on Thursday and Friday, and Microsoft rented me for 2 days. And no, but I was a hired artist to draw on the Surface Studio, this ginormous, gorgeous computer that has this sort of like
The twisty
dial,
knob.
yeah, the knob, the stereo sound volume knob.
It looked so cool.
Yeah, it was. I actually was a bit worried that it was all going to be like a big gimmick bullshit thing. But with the software that we were using we were using Sketchable. I downloaded Photoshop, but since I just went there and just went live immediately, I didn't have time to set it up, so I just like fuck Photoshop. I'm just going to use Sketchable, and then Sketchable is something I've never used before.
I haven't heard of it.
Exactly, no, but it's in the Windows blah blah store.
Oh,
for
okay.
For Windows,
So
any
it's,
Windows
it's
10
Windows
computer.
sort of Procreate, or no?
Sketchbook more than
Oh,
anything.
yeah.
It's,
Yeah, okay.
or like it's more like Paper 53 or whatever the fuck that was called back on the iPad.
Mm-hmm.
It's more like that, but better. But yeah, they have some really nice features with the Surface dial.
Mm-hmm.
But like all in all, though, the Surface Studio is pretty much like the pressure and everything is 1024, I think. Like like the Surface has.
Yep.
I think that's what it has. And I should know this. But yeah. It's the same as any like Surface Pro 4, Surface Book that I currently have, but it's the same pressure across all these devices.
Nice.
The only difference here is that this one is like it's bigger and it's more powerful, you know, and has the dial as a support, and the dial will have support for, or it has support for Surface Book and the Surface Pro 4, but that dial knob has a cooler support on the Surface Studio, because it has, like, when you put it on the screen, like, you can use it anywhere, but when it touches the screen, like, this sort of, like, menu just pops up around it with, like, you press it once, you get, like, opacity, you press one more, you get, like, feathering, like, around the brush, you press once more, you get, like, the sort of, like, the roundness of the brush, or whatever the hell happens. So it has a lot of features. If you hold the dial in, then you go to this like black menu where you can sort of add your own shortcuts.
Nice.
So it has like Control Z or something, but you don't need that because Photoshop and Sketchable has like a 3-finger scrub feature. So you can Control Z just by dragging 3 fingers on the screen. No, you don't even, like, you have them, like, you hold them on the screen and then you just drag left and it just does all the undos that you have available. Yeah, exactly.
Nice.
So you don't really need that feature on the dial. Cool. What I did with the dial was have my brush size on it, and that's all I used it for, you know, because I just wanted the quick access to sort of go from big to small all the time, because I just did sketches in black and white.
Yeah.
And I met tons of people, and I went over to Wacom as well, or they came over as well, watched me draw, which was awesome. And they wanted to work with me.
Nice.
And I also talked about the Sketchbook Heroes, but
nice.
I didn't have anything to sort of show them to sort of, so we need to fix that.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Merch is coming.
Yes. But all in all, the device was really awesome. And I'm not selling for Microsoft. I'm actually just an artist hired to sort of draw for them. And I am the ambassador. So just to be clear for everyone, Microsoft doesn't pay me to sort of
promote
the, like, they pay me to draw on them. That's all I'm required to do. The opinions of good or bad is still up to me. So they don't pay, like, no company will ever pay for my opinion. You know, like, they can't buy that. Like, they can pay me if they have the confidence enough to back their product. And I guess the same thing goes for Robert as well regarding that. We will never recommend anything that we wouldn't ourselves use or see value in. Like, we might not use it, but we can see the value for someone that uses oil paints or, you know, whatever.
Yeah. Well, it's the same, well, it's not the same, but almost. But I got some free needles from a tattoo shop that they're developing their own. And they're like, oh, you're using this machine. Awesome. Here's a couple of these. Like, just try them out. And I'll be really honest, you know, with their feedback.
And I do that all the time. You do that all the time. I would never. There's nothing more important than my followers. I have 10,300 of you. And I appreciate you all, except the robots and the porn. But, like, what I tell you guys, it's important for me that is always the truth. I don't care how much they fucking pay. They can only pay me to talk about it. That's all they can do. They can't weigh in on what I think. So if it sucks...
It sucks.
It sucks, yeah. So, some things about the Surface series, if I'm going to talk about that, is, like, because they're all pretty equal when it comes to pressure. And it's that they're a bit on the heavy side, like, pressure-wise. Like, a Wacom sort of is like a warm knife, you know, like,
it's
through
smooth.
butter. It's very smooth. Like, even the lightest touch will sort of, like, the craziest lightest touch will do something on the, like, canvas. Even if you can't see it,
it's still there.
It's still there. You can sort of...
It's a pixel.
But, you know, you see that. You can sort of, like, oh, okay, if I zoom in, I see it, like, happening.
Yeah.
On the Surface, they can't sort of, like, with current
They can't
technology,
mimic that
they can't.
pressure?
They don't have that pressure
All
right
right.
now because Wacom has 8,000 levels of pressure.
Yeah.
8,000.
Fucking crazy.
Wacom has 1,024, or Surface has 1,024, and they utilize it well, but it's still nowhere close to getting that really light touch. So that's why I say like it's a bit on the heavier. Like you need to be a bit more heavy-handed. So for all you people that sketch really hard, that Robert told you to sketch looser, this is perfect for you. No, but for me, I'm used to working with it.
Yeah.
And I think where the sort of benefits of using Surface over Wacom is portability, design, and oh man, I don't know. It's like the I like drawing on Wacoms, but this machine it has more to win.
Yeah.
Like the only thing that sort of the Wacom beats them on is the pressure. But I think the pressure on the Surface is good enough for me to do my professional work.
Yeah. Because I brought my my Wacom with me today, because I'm this week I'm doing a little presentation for my old upper secondary school. It's pretty funny because they actually contacted me the day after we recorded the
That
episode.
yeah. To talk
where we
about
were
your journey.
trash talking my school, and then the day after they called me up and like, hey, can you come and talk? So I'm gonna go there and teach the little kids about pretty much what we talked about. I'm gonna go through the journey of what led
Just
me
play
to where
the
I am.
episode.
I will. No,
Just play
I won't.
now. 2 hours. Enjoy. I'll be back.
But anyway, so I brought the Wacom with me today, and I've always kept thinking about, because you're always saying that it's so heavy, and you know it's a pain in the ass to bring with you. It is. I mean, it weighs a lot, not super much.
No. The
But
thing
it's heavy, you know, in the long run.
in the long run, yeah, exactly. It's like fine to hold. Like I can stand with it and draw on it.
But today it sort of just dawned on me, and I haven't thought about it before, but I think it is that heavy because when you put it down, it becomes a Cintiq, you know. It's like, boom, it's there, it's stable, and you really feel it. It's not so light and loose like a really thin iPad or stuff. So I'm used to it, obviously, but it feels good that it is a little bit heavier for me. So I like it. It's like, dunk, you know, it's right there, and it's not going to go anywhere, you know. I know what it is. So, yeah, just saying. And forgetting to swallow. No jokes. Don't go there. Yeah, I keep talking and not breathing and not swallowing.
Yeah, and people keep asking me just to talk more about the Surface Studio, or you guys will probably kill me. It's pretty much a full PC. Like, whatever you can expect. Like, I really like... I've always been a Mac guy. And I still use Mac at work. Like, at work as in King. And then my freelance work and podcast, everything is done on PC. So I'm a bit used to both the environments right now, the OSs.
I think that's a good thing.
I think that's a good thing, too. And they both have their pros and cons. But I really think that Windows 10 has stepped up their game. Like, Windows 8 was garbage.
Yep.
Like, sorry, Windows, but that was a piece of shit. You were all on fucking drugs when you made that. But Windows 10 is like, it's such an improvement. And I think that the best thing about the studio was the sort of like touch input was really good. And I know that the scroll, the dial had a lot of features. You could sort of go into settings and set up your own. Like if you wanted Control Z, you could add that. If you wanted like Shift Alt blah 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 and something, you could do that.
So limitless possibilities with the...
Yeah, you have this like sort of like this, like when you press it against the screen, you get this black ring around it, and you can add like little buttons on it, like shortcuts. The only thing I found negative about it is all the clicking you have to do to sort of get to these things. Yeah. So for me, I would sort of limit it to a couple, like maybe 1-2 features that I would use, and maybe disable all of the other ones for like for Photoshop. I mean, because I don't want to sort of have to click too much. I just want to sort of DJ scroll, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it was really nice. And one of the best things is the sort of the engineering behind this machine. Like, you can fold it down to like sort of a drafting table. Any classic illustrator or comic artist know what I'm talking about. You get that really nice sort of angle.
Mm-hmm.
And from that position, like just like getting it up standing like a regular computer screen. Oh man, it's like sort of like a sports car. How easy. It's just like, you know, like you press the gas and it's just like, woo. That's exactly how it raises, like from that flat position down to just up. Yeah. I felt I was gonna throw it away when I did it the first time.
Nice.
But it's like a really nice feeling to it. The hinge makes the screen like weightless.
Cool.
But I'm not talking like weightless as in flimsy. I'm talking about like it follows this perfect sort of path.
Yeah.
Always, you know, like you feel that it's like a sturdy piece of thing. You can rest your hands on it.
Nice.
You can like, I told people this to really like lean on the machine and draw on top of it. Because people were drawing, you know, sort of like holding but they held the pen sort of like in...
Like a feather trying to
tickle the screen.
Yeah.
And I was like, no, just put your goddamn hand on the thing. Because when people were doing that sort of like scared to touch the screen thing, they were sort of, when the pen wasn't touching, their palm would draw on the screen because they were being like, no, just put the whole goddamn thing there. And then you had none of that, you know, like... Because the pen disables the palm, and it does it fast, like crazy fast.
Nice.
So it's really nice, and I really love this sort of wireless sort of, you know, like no keyboard, nothing. You can use those as well, like mouse, keyboard, still like a normal computer. And there was something about the calibration of the screens. I know nothing about this shit, but apparently they were supposed to be like some sort of like process. So the colors that you see on the device are the ones you get in print, like if you use the correct sort of color codes, you know?
Really?
Yeah, so it's not an ASO screen, you know, like a printing screen that costs $50,000, $25,000, but it's like good enough to print on at least. So I haven't tested that, so I can't really say that that is how it is. But if they manage to sort of get any good like sort of color,
that'd be nice.
That is, yeah. And also, one of the best things if you're an artist, it has, instead of having like a 16 to, what is it, 9 ratio, you know,
the size? No,
the ratio, the screen, the dimensions. They have a 4:3 ratio,
4:3.
which means pretty much that...
I don't know stuff about this stuff.
Yeah, but that the 4:3 ratio is pretty much, if you put an A4 on the screen and you sort of match your canvas, that is exactly what the A4 will be. So it has an actual sort of ratio that you can work with. So if you have, you know, one piece of paper on top of your screen and you match your canvas, that is the actual size of that canvas. Yeah.
Cool.
So it's very handy. But man, it was such a delight to work on. Like, I really liked it. I stood there for like 8 hours total, like spread over 2 days, because I was at home in the morning and then I went there in the evening. Okay. And drew for people, or like after lunch, or
nice.
During lunch. I don't remember.
Did you have to talk and stuff while
all the time?
Or
so the thing is, I was just there to sort of draw on the machine, but every time people came by, I sort of let them try it out, like paint on top of mine. And
I was thinking if you had to do like an actual. Like if you had a microphone and had to talk in front of people, like live drawing.
No. We had people sort of like come up to the thing, stand like a circle around me, and I would just go through the sort of things that I could do with it. Nice. And they were like, "Oh, what software is that?" I'm like, "Sketchable." They're like, "Is it any good?" I'm like, "I have no idea. I've never used it before." But it was simple enough for me to sort of get into, since I am a ninja on art supplies and stuff like that. So I don't have a problem with applications.
No, it's easy to, how do you say? We're like chameleons.
Yeah. And Sketchable is one of those, like, it's adapted for these type of
adaptable
tablets.
is what I was looking for. Yeah, we are adaptable.
But
so nice.
It was really nice, and I would like I hope that Microsoft will sort of like once they don't have a launching date for Europe.
Mm-hmm.
This was like one of 2 devices in Europe,
Oh, really?
and I was the artist chosen
Nice.
by the gods.
It's your biceps.
You know it,
I know it.
but yeah. So hopefully, once it's like a reality for Europe, I might borrow one of those devices, and maybe I can sort of like really try it out for reals.
Yeah.
And try the dial for real as well. Like try the settings.
Push it to the limit.
You know it.
Do.
But right now as well, for those of you who asked, I'm sitting on a Surface Book right now, and I've been sitting on the Surface Book since early December.
So his ass is tired.
Yeah. No. What the fuck? But I wasn't allowed to say that before. But now that it's actually launching in Sweden, I am allowed to say it. So they gave me, I probably have to return it soon. But I've had it since early December, yeah. And I've been drawing on the Surface Book. And it's awesome.
It looks great.
But I must say that the Surface Pro, not
better?
the book, it's not better. It's just lighter.
Oh, okay.
And and it's powerful. The fucker is powerful. Like the Surface Book, or the Surface Pro 4. Like that little fucker is powerful. It's like an iPad in size, but the fucker can like it really is powerful. So, like for personal use, I still sort of like that one because it has no, like we've talked about this before, but it has like no, like the weight doesn't register in your bag.
No.
And neither does the sort of the space that it takes up. It's pretty much like having a thick envelope, like it's like nothing in your bag. And that's why I love the Surface Pro 4 above any other.
Nice.
Like the book is awesome though. It's a power machine, but it's heavier.
Yeah, thank God you don't go to the gym every day,
Yeah. Haven't been today. Wasn't feeling good.
Well, you have a heavy machine that you have to lift now. So
So
it's like going to the
a
gym.
Yeah, it's like deadlifting all the time. Yeah. So that is my sort of review on the Surface Studio.
Yeah, and if you go into Ilias' Instagram page, you can see him working on it.
Yes. Or
That
and
was
if
a
you Google
lovely
it,
photo.
and if you Google it, yeah, I'm pretending to draw there because
Yeah.
I totally forgot to take selfies. And but hopefully I will do some more stuff once it becomes like with some other, like some companies wanted to work with me. We'll see regarding doing demos on it and stuff.
Cool.
And also Wacom wanted to do something maybe.
That's awesome.
So maybe we can get Sketchbook Heroes into that.
Yes, please.
But yeah, all in all, the Surface Studio was awesome. I would love to try it more. I had one more thing I wanted to sort of tie into the end here, but I am very tired.
Anything with Dustin Expo or
No, it wasn't. It was like sort of about the device. Oh, yeah. A question that I got, I think I started this like 10 minutes ago, but a question that I got was sort of like, why would you buy this over something else?
Good
Like a
question.
Wacom or something like that.
Yeah.
In my opinion, you get a very nice screen. And if that printing voodoo works, then you get a nicely calibrated screen.
Yeah, that's...
So you get a computer, you get a nicely calibrated screen, and you get a drawing board, like a tablet or a Cintiq,
Yeah.
all in one.
Do you know price now?
The price is supposed to be like, what is that? Like $3,000, I think.
Okay.
Standard
Standard
for the
new,
base model. Yeah, for the base model.
It's like a real Cintiq.
Yeah, exactly. But you get the computer sort of.
Yeah.
And there are benefits to that as well, and like drawbacks.
Yeah.
But I would say you get 3 in 1 there. While as if you buy the Cintiq, which is $3,000 or something like that, and then it's the external screen if you need one, and it's a computer, unless you already have those, which is then great for you. But if you don't, it's a hefty price.
Yeah, it is.
To get a full workstation. So it is all about what you're used to. If you've worked on the Surface Pro and you like it, and it's good enough for you, then this won't disappoint you at all. If you're used to the Cintiq sort of the lightest touch is magic, then this might not be for you. But yeah. It's all to the user. We're all different.
And we're all adaptable.
Indeed.
Indeed.
So, leaving that behind us.
Yes. And moving forward.
Into
a galaxy far away. Nice. I'm so tired. Yeah. No.
Was that Jar Jar saying the intro?
No, it could have been. Yeah, that's my...
We have 10 minutes for Star Wars.
Nice. Yeah. It's a great movie series. Thank you. Goodbye, everybody.
Good night. No, just... I love that Captain Kirk guy.
Don't mock me. Con! No.
Hell! No.
No? No.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's time for retro.
Retro! I'm not doing the rrrr, but I did it.
Nah.
But yeah, so today we're going to talk about, well, it's, I think, more me being a fanboy than you.
I actually really enjoy the movies.
Yeah.
Except whatever the fuck happened in the middle there.
Yeah.
But...
Well, we all sort of are confused. But yeah, we're talking Star Wars, if you didn't know. I think it's one of the biggest influences in my life at the moment, and pretty much ever since I saw the first. Always been my absolute favorite movie trilogy. When the prequels came out, I loved them too.
Because you're a monster.
Yeah. No, but it was just the whole thing of going with my dad to watch the movies.
I would rather watch those Ewok movies that they put out, like in between somewhere, along the way.
Or the Christmas special.
Yeah, exactly. Those disgusting fucking Christmas. The best thing about Star Wars, actually, in Sweden, they aired all the friggin' time.
Yep.
When I was a kid, they were on TV all the goddamn time.
It's like once a month.
But that's what it felt like.
Yeah.
Like, when thinking back, it felt like they were on TV all the time.
Yeah.
Like, it's Christmas, Star Wars. It's Easter, Star Wars. It's summer, Star Wars.
Yeah.
Every fucking... Whoa. I've been hitting this cord a lot.
Yeah, stop hitting
That's
the
my
cord.
twitchy, druggy state.
Why are you hitting the cord?
I don't know, man.
But yeah, Star Wars.
Star Wars.
So, do you remember the first time you saw the first one?
Yes.
Which one was the first one? Was it the first one?
The first one I saw was actually the first one, yes.
Episode 4?
No, I was like, what? Episode 4? Yes, episode 4.
A New Hope.
Yes, it was actually the first one.
Nice.
And we were sitting on our tiger stripe disgusting couch.
I remember that couch.
Yes. We used to do backflips from the arm sort of thing.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, not backflips, front flips, sorry.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah, that sounded very complex.
I'm like, what?
Well, they were good. Yeah, but we were sitting there with our cigarette burned couch and, kids of the 80s, bro. Early 90s there, actually, but...
Yeah.
Yeah, we were sitting there. I don't remember if it was like around Christmas or something like that, like holidays or like a weekend. But I remember we were all sitting there watching Star Wars. And I specifically remember, what was it? There were a couple of scenes. I have I don't think that memory is from the first one. But when he's like, when they get the message from R2-D2, when they're in that sort of little room. I don't remember. I haven't seen them in years now. But I remember that hologram, the first one that they get there when they get the message. And it's from, is it Ben Kenobi?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Obi-Wan,
yeah.
you are our only hope.
So that is one of the scenes that I sort of it's there.
Yeah.
And also one that I really loved as a kid is when he has the helmet on, but he can't see shit. And he has to fight this ball.
Yeah.
Because I'm getting really strong vibes of a Big Trouble in Little China with it.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but I think it's the same type of effects.
Yeah.
But I really loved that sort of blind shit because that was in par with my Ninja Turtle dreams. Like a
That you
guy
could-
with a sword.
You could do everything blind.
Yeah.
Yeah. The first one for me was actually the third one, Return of the Jedi.
Is that the one where they're in the swamp as well? the second one?
You know when they're flying with the speeder bikes on the moon?
Yeah,
That one.
exactly.
And Jabba the Hutt, Boba Fett scene, all of this.
Oh man, I loved that.
That was the first one I saw, and I think it was on TV, or it might have been one of those movies that my parents got from their friend who recorded from FilmNet at the time, or something. But anyways, I have no idea if it was winter, summer, anything. I was so into the movie, and I loved it. It had the Ewoks. You know, as a little kid, maybe I was 5, 6, maybe. I have no idea there either. But it was, you know, it had everything that I wanted.
Tell me about it.
And, well, now going back, it's, you know, it's not my favorite anymore. But it's still going to have that, you know, it's going to be close to my heart because, it's just so good. And the green lightsaber upgrade, and I love it so much, man. But yeah, so that was the beginning for me, and then obviously I saw that one. My parents saw that I loved it. We watched the whole thing. It's been, with us throughout our entire lives. Video games. Just started getting into the comic books now. I wasn't into them before when they were Dark Horse. Well, actually, first Marvel had them. Then they sold the rights to Dark Horse. And then now, because Marvel is Disney and Disney is
Marvel.
LucasArts, Disney owns everything. So they bought back the rights to Star Wars now. So Marvel puts out the comics again. But I started reading it, and I got the only one that I have is the Darth Vader book, which is really good. Like it flushes out the stuff that you wanted to see from Rogue One, so you get to see more of what he did when he became more evil. Like he is such a fucking badass.
So it's not whiny Vader.
No, it's not.
Before he becomes Vader. No, but I don't mean that one. I mean like even earlier.
Oh, you mean Anakin? Yeah.
Anakin Wine Walker.
Are you an angel?
Boo, why is everything so hard? Buh, I love this girl. Oh,
no.
nah.
Wuss.
Yeah.
It's like Twilight.
Yeah, we went on for like 15 minutes doing this.
Yeah, doing that. Yeah, we had a little rant about Anakin.
Yeah. No, I really, what was his name? Do you remember the actor's name? No.
Oh shit, no.
No.
I used to.
Yeah,
And then I saw the movie, and I was like, erase,
somewhere in my brain.
erase.
It doesn't matter. But yeah, it's just, why? Why
Shia
did he...
LaBeouf was actually, just sorry for cutting in here,
No,
but Charlie's Angels was on TV yesterday, and Shia LaBeouf is one of the BMX kids in one of the scenes.
I know.
He's so young.
Yep.
And I was like, did they Photoshop him? Or do special effects? He looked so small. Looked weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He should have been Anakin.
Anyone should have been Anakin. I should have been Anakin.
Nobody should have been Anakin. He should have just been Darth Vader.
Oh, man. That terrible little kid. Like, I didn't even like the little kid, but I liked the big one even less. Yeah. I don't know
I fucking
what
hate
happened.
that little kid.
Yeah, no, those 3 movies,
The third one I think is okay because
he falls into the lava.
Yeah, no, he turns into Darth Vader. It is badass, but the whole the super choreographed lightsaber fights, and it's just everything is so over the top, and it's so CG, and it's But I still enjoyed going to the cinema to see them, with my dad, because for me it was going to see Star Wars at the movies. We saw the special edition ones as well, like the old trilogy that was upgraded, which was also just fantastic. Just getting to see the first original trilogy at the movies, it was so good, really cool. But yeah, I mean, obviously I could go on talking about Star Wars forever, but
But the Christmas special will always be the best
yes, obviously, yes. Don't they go to visit Chewie's family?
one. Who cares?
Ah,
Who cares?
yeah, but okay, so influences. For me, it's quite obvious. If you just go onto my Instagram, you're gonna
Every
see
fucking third post. is
yeah,
a Star Wars
pretty much.
tribute. Yeah.
Like it's one of those go-to things. When I'm sitting down, I get some extra time to sketch, and I'm sitting there going like, "Fuck, what should I do?"
Didn't
and then
Mexi
just-
Funk buy one of your Star
he did.
Wars?
Yeah. And
sketches?
again, big shout out and extremely big thank you, man.
Orlando.
Orlando, yes, Mexifunk. Check him out on Instagram or Behance.
He's
Everywhere.
also a Star Wars fan.
Extreme Star Wars fan, yes. But he bought my Boba Fett.
That was
original
actually
sketch.
pretty cool. That one was like the only good thing you've ever gotten.
Oh, well, thank you, Sarah. Thank you. I take that as a compliment. If at least I did one good thing.
yeah, one good thing. No, it
But
was...
it was really fun. That was one of the first experiments with watercolor in the purpose.
Oh,
actually.
yeah, actually.
So that was just trying out to see how watercolor worked, and it got really nice
In
texture.
that
and
one
stuff.
you got it. So yeah, it worked really nicely with the Boba Fett.
Getting like the really rough look of the helmet. Yeah, very nice. Yeah,
Wear and tear.
Boba Fett is my favorite character.
I was hoping so much more from him. Like when you saw the hunter in not Rogue One, Force Awakens.
The Force Awakens.
Oh, they had some. Didn't they have him like somewhere in the back?
No, they had the flag.
Oh, that was it. Yeah, I was so
bounty
hoping
hunter
to
flag.
sort of. Yeah, I was so hoping that
A
he-
little thing.
like a little camp, like
Yeah.
more of a like.
Yeah.
But no, not in
And
this
I don't know
one.
what happened, because they were planning on doing a Boba Fett movie. Like, back when I was at Lego, obviously you get to see a lot of cool stuff way in advance. And one of the things I saw was a poster, a makeshift poster, and this was like a lot of years ago now, for a Boba Fett movie, and it blew my brains all over everything, and I came in my pants and everything all at once. Like it was.
Thank you for that ejaculation story.
Yes, that's exactly what it was. So I've just been sitting like waiting for that movie to be announced and come out. But now they're doing the Han Solo Origins movie instead.
Han Solo,
Yeah,
brah.
which I'm gonna have to see anyways. I love Han Solo, but not as much as Boba Fett. So it bummed me out a bit. So I hope Boba Fett gets a big part in that movie, just to flesh him out, because he is a really badass character. Yeah, I don't know. Do you have a favorite character?
Favorite character?
Yeah.
I would say, oh man, I have to think. Not Jar Jar, but no, but I actually like some of the fun stuff. Is like I don't know why, like, but I really like C-3PO.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's something about him just walking around being so awkward.
Yeah.
Like everyone's shooting and shit, but he's just fucking
Wobbling
like sort of
around.
wobbling around. But since it was so long ago, like I really loved Boba Fett, don't get me wrong. But since I saw the newer movies, like more recently, I really love Kesso.
Yeah.
The robots, there's something about them. They do some really nice work with them. You
K2SO.
know, like I always call him Kesso. It's perfect. But
Kesso
but
cheese.
what I like about the new one is the dynamic between the characters and even the robots. Like even BB-8
Yeah.
with the sort of thumbs up lighter
I
thingy,
love that.
thing.
So fucking cute.
It is so good, and
What
really.
a great character. Like,
But I think the cast for that one, the dynamics between them,
top
it's
notch.
so fucking good, and I was so scared that Disney would sort of make this weird.
I mean, I think we've talked about it maybe 3 weeks in a row in the studio, because Johan just bought the Blu-ray or the DVD,
Yeah,
and he never buys movies ever.
Yeah.
But he bought it, and he's just, I don't know how many times he's seen it, but it's just like we've overanalyzed it now, and
Oh,
it's
really?
just so good. It's almost flawless. Like,
know
the
what?
movie is so fucking good. And for it to be like the latest installment, if you don't count Rogue One,
Yeah.
it's amazing. It is fucking incredible that they pulled this off.
Yeah, definitely.
Like J.J. Abrams, seriously, every person on the globe owes him a fucking blowjob. Me included.
But the thing is, the story isn't original. It's just
it's the same story.
It's the same story all over
But that's how
again.
fucking genius it is.
But what I really like about it is some of the segments, like when he first sort of like when Rey sort of sees what is his name?
Kylo Ren?
No, the black kid. He gets a number, like he has a number. What is his name?
I'm drawing a fucking blank.
Because he gets the name.
Yeah,
Finn.
Finn.
Yeah, exactly. And the first time she sees him and runs towards him, and he's like, "Oh my god!" She's running again, like towards me.
Yeah.
And like that
Starts
scene,
running.
everything that happens after that, like when they're being shot at, he grabs her hand, and like they have this sort of conflict, but they don't have time for it. All that, like that dynamic that's happening there, like it's so damn good.
Yeah.
Like those kids really sort of they're selling that, so well.
Yeah.
And I really like the scenery as well, with the Rey sort of being out there in the middle of nowhere.
And just that scene of her sitting in like the huge Star Destroyer.
Yeah, exactly. And you know who that is, right? It's Andrea Wallin that has drawn it.
Really?
Yeah.
What?
Amazeballs.
What the fuck?
Yeah,
How do
he's
I
done
not
a
know
lot.
this?
Yeah, he's done a lot for Star Wars now.
Didn't we meet him?
No.
No. I feel like I've met him.
But oh man, he's good. And yeah, I that is actually like I love the matinee sort of sci-fi adventure that those movies are, the first ones.
Yeah.
Then you have that shit that happened in between that is supposed to be the beginning.
The only good thing about the original trilogy is Darth Maul. Like that character.
That character is pretty badass.
Also,
yeah.
I would say flawless in origin and design and everything. Such a genius, really epic character. And then they go and fuck it up.
I think actually characters that I don't like in Star Wars is like Snoke.
Yeah.
What the fuck is Snoke?
Hopefully we get to find that out now.
Yeah, hopefully they'll redeem that weird shit. But yeah, the only problem I have with Star Wars, the Force Awakens, is actually the fighting. It's not very good.
But
it is good enough. Like I mean, when Rey's fighting,
yeah.
she wow, they could have done so much better.
But that's the thing. She's not trained, and
No,
it looks
she's not
untrained.
trained, but she manages to sort of outsword Kylo Ren when she's garbage.
Yeah, but it's also a testament to how strong in the Force she is, and that she probably has been trained in her early years.
I don't know.
You know when she gets the flashback?
Yeah, I remember that.
That's
yeah.
probably from her actually being a student.
I don't know.
So
We'll see.
yeah, that's a fan theory that's
Yeah,
floating around.
I totally understand.
Because a lot of people have been like, okay, so like he's the leader of the Knights of Ren or whatever, and she like kicks his ass.
Mm-hmm.
But he was hurt, I guess, so
Yeah, but we'll see.
he got shot.
I'm really looking forward to it. Oh yeah, he was
Chewie.
hurt. Yeah, he was hitting himself.
No, yeah.
I like
exactly. Yeah, rage, you know.
No, but I'm just exactly, just keeping the adrenaline running.
And again, the fucking genius character, Kylo Ren, like amazing.
Oh man, that little
Yeah.
the when he
when he
rages
takes- yeah.
with the stormtroopers.
Yeah,
They were like, just turn around and walk back. They were like, I've
all
seen this.
those little things.
Oh, yeah.
It's so good.
But they did those scenes without them sort of taking away. Like they didn't ruin
Yeah, it didn't feel cheesy. It didn't.
Yeah. They just like
They
a
more added.
snippet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, and everybody just laughed, and it was good, and we had a good time.
And then we were out of time.
Yeah, we are out of time.
Yeah.
Just wanted to say before, just speaking about Star Wars and stuff, I love all the games. I mean, we talk movies, we talk comic books. I just want to talk games.
I remember you having the game.
Yeah, actually, I bought it again, the Super Nintendo.
The Super Nintendo one?
The
Why did you buy
Super
it
Star
again?
Wars. It was on PlayStation Store network.
Oh, okay.
Because
So it is on PlayStation Store.
It was like 20 crowns.
Yeah.
So
I didn't know they
so
made a port.
fucking difficult. Like,
Oh, dude, don't get me
I
wrong.
haven't made it past the 3rd level.
Yeah.
And I've
Is
tried,
that when?
I don't know how many times.
Is the first level still sort of like? Is that the race?
No.
Is that?
The first level is
The sand.
you're in the
place.
sand.
Yeah, you're in the desert.
So
yeah.
you're just walking and
And then you
shooting
have to
the
climb
big
up
scorpions.
the Technodrome and everything.
then the Jawa thing.
Yeah.
It's
It's the 3rd game, right? Super Star Wars. What storyline is it?
it's all three.
All of them?
All 3 movies.
Was it? Oh, I
The
don't
trilogy.
remember.
Yeah. So
Because it's the sandworm as well there, right?
Yeah. So yeah, where I'm
And it's pretty nice looking, right? It looks pretty okay.
Yeah,
like for
it's
being
a
what it is.
typical Super Nintendo game.
No, but that's what I mean. Like for
Very
being Super
cool.
Nintendo, they kept it pretty nice.
Yeah.
Like very Star Warsy, and the controls I think were good.
Yeah. Super easy. Very straightforward. That's the good thing about the PlayStation control. It's very similar to the Super Nintendo control.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's got the same button setup. But very cool. But what I wanted to talk about, just a really quick, but Battlefront VR Star Wars.
Shit, you play that?
Yeah.
Sweet.
Amazing. Like it's one of the coolest Star Wars experiences I've ever had. Ever. Like, DICE did such a cool
I didn't know
job.
they had a VR support for that.
It's just one mission. But you are in an X-Wing
Okay.
out in space. It's a part of Rogue One. So you sort of help escort the K2SO's ship with the precious cargo, which is Jyn Erso, the girl.
Yeah.
The girl.
Jyn
Yeah.
Erso.
So you're escorting them, and then a big Star Destroyer comes in with a whole bunch of TIE fighters, and you're just doing this epic 3-dimensional. You are really in the cockpit. You look down and you can
it's
see
so
your
bad.
legs with the suit.
Oh,
You can
man,
push
that is-
buttons inside the thing. The thing comes out with the whole tracking.
Yeah, exactly.
You know,
Oh
it's
my
so
God.
cool. It's so fucking amazing. So if you have a chance, try it. It's gonna blow your mind. The sound is amazing. The textures are amazing in the game. I don't know how DICE did it, but it's amazing. Like so good.
With bananas.
Sweet bananas, very much. Good job, Swedish guys.
Mm-hmm.
Big up DICE Studios
DICE Studios.
and EA, I guess. But yeah, I'm not much of a. Oh yeah, it's Battlefront. If I didn't say
Star
that,
Wars Battlefront. Yeah.
I said something else.
Nope.
Did I,
don't
say
think so.
Battlefront?
I think you said Battlefront.
In
Oh.
case I said something else, it's Battlefront. Yes. Sorry. So
Yeah.
yeah, that was my little shout out, and we are pretty much out of time, so we're not going to babble on.
try to keep it 1.5 hour, 140.
Yeah, we got a big memory card now, so now
shit is
now
really.
we can talk forever.
But we really need to leave before the alarm goes off.
Oh shit! Yeah,
'Cause
that's right.
We have 20 minutes.
Holy fuck! Yeah, we're gonna leave now.
Yeah. Thanks for tuning in. And
Thank you very much, and yeah, keep hashtagging, writing, and everything. If you want to write us an email, send it to hello@sketchbookheroes.com, and we really appreciate it. Yeah, that's all for me, Robert Ekblom.
Yeah.
I love you guys.
And me, Ilias Patles? No. So, yeah, guys, thanks for tuning in. It's been great having you listening to the podcast. Our numbers are going up thanks to you guys for spreading the word and showing all the support. Don't worry about me being all stressed out. I've sort of pulled back on pretty much everything in my life just to sort of find peace again so I can actually get to sleep. And would really appreciate you guys, once you're in iTunes, sort of go into the voting thingy and just review the podcast, please.
Yes.
It really does help us a lot. And we will very much appreciate. But until next week then.
Yes, until next week.
Yes.
Sketchbook, ahoy! Hi!